Here we go with the quick Procreate replay of the process of drawing that froggy person. So starting off with my sketch, this is the blue, fiddling around getting the various details, messing with the overlapping lily pads, putting in the hands and feet, making them froggy-like, zooming in a bit so that it fills the frame better, and then going in with my outlining pen and getting the outline the way that I want it. Once I'd finished that, time to go in and start doing those skin tones. And you can see how I've overrun the outline and then just gone back and erased the eyes out as well to make them white. Then I started with the green layer, going in with pale and then building up. And I noticed at some point I didn't like this, so I went and undid it, which is of course the joy of digital, that you can go backwards and undo what you don't like and start over. So I did start over with the green, and you can see me here building up from a sort of pale, very pale yellowy apple green, adding more tones over the top, building it kind of richer, denser colours on the shadowed undersides of the arms and the edge of the helmet, the feet. And then I just erase where I've overrun the outline again so that I get a clean outline in the end, clean up the eyes. I think beyond this, it was time to go and do the t-shirt. So I just filled the whole t-shirt in dark blue. And then I picked up my ink bleed brush and as an eraser, and I erased the stripes. The chinos took a while to do. There was quite a lot of hit and miss with this, kind of adding in texture, adding in deeper shades, shading the back side of each leg to try and get a sense of shadow and see what was going on there. And then eventually putting in the deeper and deeper tones, especially below the waist and along the backs of the legs, fitting that all in. Then I went in with a very, very fine brush. You can see it happening across the top of the helmet, just putting in a few streaks of light to get a sense of light gleaming off the edge of the helmet and the top of the hands. Also I started off down the back of the leg, that was the wrong place. Down the front of the legs, just a few sort of wrinkly bits to give a sense of light on it. And then a few last shadows over the t-shirt and the side of the face. And that gives a fair amount of depth. Then it was time to start doing the lily pad, and this took quite a while. You can see that I started out with a harsh black outline, and I tried all sorts of things to get that kind of the veins and the sense of how the leaf worked, going around like a clock face really. Erasing beyond the outline and then trying a different base color because I wasn't getting the effect that I wanted. I think I was working from a reference, so I had an idea of what I was working towards and I couldn't seem to get it. But I tried and tried, and then eventually in frustration, thinking, I don't like this black outline, I went and did a rough version up in the top corner, which you'll see shortly. So that's cutting everything down to fit within the outline neatly again. And then I just decided to start slapping some paint around. So I thought, okay, let me give it a try. Let me see what I can build up. So I built like this, from purple to green to yellowy purple, yellowy green, and then putting in a few soft stripes over the top, cutting out the bit where the lily pad always has that little cut in it. And then I went and put some very kind of little furry edges, because you know how some giant lily pads have those sort of hairy edges that stand up. So I went and put that all around the outside instead of the black outline. Hairy edges, hairy edges, hairy edges. And eventually I used my transform tool and I basically resized that lily pad and slapped it in over the existing lily pad. So you'll see that happen in a minute, where I just change the size of it and slide it in to overtake the existing lily pad. I obviously had to think about it quite a lot before I decided to do that. You can see it happening. Any minute. Okay, just there we go. Bringing in the lily pad, putting in the shadow beneath the feet. A little bit of shadow, redoing the shadow because obviously I wasn't happy with the color. And then I think I put in a few spangles just to make it shimmer and gleam. So a few just spots of different colours, a bit of yellow, a bit of bluey, purple. And then in the end I decided I really did need the water behind it. So I went in with a water effect brush and I put in the water.